Electronic stud finders work by measuring density changes behind the wall. The StudScan mode will find studs up to 3/4 of an inch behind drywall. First, place the unit flat against the wall like this, then press the button and hold it in. The most common mistake people make is pressing the button too soon. Don't do that. Remember, always place the unit flat against the wall, then press the button and hold it in. Note that it calibrates instantly, and we know it's calibrated because the TrueCal icon comes on. Slide the unit against the wall. The LCD, the beep, and the spotlight indicate one edge of the stud. Mark it with a pencil. Now come at the stud from the other side and mark that edge. Halfway between the 2 points is the center of the stud. In the StudScan mode, these tools will normally be within 1/4 inch of the edge of the stud, depending on conditions. For example, extreme humidity can make them read a little bit wide. But even if they read slightly wider or more narrow than the actual stud edges, the difference will be the same on both sides of the stud, so you can still find the center of the stud by marking your 2 edge reference points. If you start directly over a stud, you'll go from more to less density. In that case, the unit will flash and beep, and the TrueCal icon will not stay on. This is called over the stud indication or calibration error detection. This also happens if you rock the unit or pull it away from the wall, so anytime it flashes and beeps, just start over in a new position. The DeepScan mode is used for thicker walls like firewalls, tiled walls, paneling over drywall, or floors and ceilings up to 1.5 inches thick. On the SF530, use the mode selector switch to select the DeepScan mode. The DeepScan mode does not have calibration error detection or that over the stud indicator because a thicker wall surface often has inconsistent thickness. Think about a piece of tile that has that grout line in the middle. So with DeepScan, you can pass right over that grout line and you won't get flashing and beeping, and it'll still find your stud. So keep in mind that in DeepScan, if you don't find a stud the first time, you might have calibrated right over a stud. So just start over in a new position a few inches away. AC detection can detect hot AC current behind a wall or floor before you screw or saw into it, which is much safer. AC detection will not find hot AC current inside metal conduit. AC detection is always on for safety. On the SF530, the lightning bolt in the triangle comes on when you get near hot AC current. Sensitivity to AC depends on how close to AC current the unit is when you turn it on. It looks for whatever AC current is present and then looks for more. So keep in mind that AC detection is not a super high precision locator of AC current. It's simply a warning that the unit senses the presence of AC, and the user should exercise caution and turn off circuit breakers, for example, before cutting into a wall with a saw. Unlike AC detection, which is always on in all modes, AC scan is a separate mode that will look only for AC current. Use the mode selector switch to select AC scan. And you know you're in AC scan mode because you see the AC scan icon. AC scan will ignore studs and metal and look only for an electrical current like a wire tracer by indicating if you're getting closer or farther from the source. Notice as we move closer, the lines come together, we hear the sound indicator, and the spotlight comes on. When we move away from the source, the lines go apart. When electricians see AC detection and AC scan, they usually have stories themselves about accidentally cutting into some electrical, or they've been on a job when it happened to another tradesman, such as a plumber, and the results can be very serious. So on a day-to-day basis, finding studs and joists is very handy, but the very first time AC detection or AC scan prevents your customer from accidentally cutting into some electrical, this tool will have paid for itself many times over. Use the mode selector switch to select the metal scan mode. Now we know it's in the metal scan mode because we see metal scan on the LCD display. Metal scan mode locates magnetic metals like rebar or conduit up to 3 inches away either behind walls or through concrete. It locates non-magnetic metals like copper pipe up to 1.5 inches deep. For electricians in commercial construction, the Multiscan mode is also very useful for locating metal electrical boxes that have been covered over by drywall. Now, when people see the Multiscan mode, oftentimes they assume that's for metal studs. And while it'll find metal studs, you actually want to use StudScan mode to find the edges of a metal stud and then go over it again in Multiscan mode to determine if it's a wood or a metal stud. Because remember, since Multiscan mode is looking for metal that's a few inches away, it will actually read a metal stud a little bit wide. The sensitivity to metal can be adjusted. For maximum sensitivity, turn the unit on in the air so it calibrates away from any metal. We have a piece of conduit running behind this drywall. It now shows that this piece of conduit is between point A and point B. But if we recalibrate inside point A or point B, the unit will recalibrate with less sensitivity, and we can narrow down more specifically where this piece of conduit is. So by recalibrating with less sensitivity, we can narrow down specifically where this conduit is, but in either case, the piece of conduit is between point A and point B. The Greenlee SF 530 will help electricians find studs, metal, and electrical, and it'll also save them time and money. Thanks for learning about the Greenlee SF 530.